Good evening. I am Intild, you can call me Lucian, and I'm going to talk about the fact that it is March, and I'm going to be starting Monster Hunter Freedom and Dose soon. I made a promise a few months ago that I would return to Monster Hunter, but it would be after a long break, and that I probably wouldn't return until spring. I originally said late spring or early summer, but now that has moved to early spring, because I do miss playing Monster Hunter. So, Monster Hunter Freedom and Dose. Playing both of those is going to take up a lot of my time. So, I have a few games that I already am playing. I am going to have to keep some of them and cut the rest, because Monster Hunter is a very time not it takes up a lot of your time. You have to grind the games, and after I've played Monster Hunter Dose, I can tell that you're gonna have to grind a lot in Monster Hunter Dose. So, that being said, what am I going to be doing for the next few months while I play Monster Hunter Dose and Freedom? Well, currently I've been playing Terraria, Plants vs. Zombies DLC mod, and I've been playing Lego Batman. I was playing Dead Pixels, but we just beat that, and that was really awesome. I enjoyed that game. We're done with that, though. That leaves those other 3 games. Well, I'm going to be keeping Terraria, and the reason why is because it just got its 1.4.5 update, and it's been a lot of fun. I've been enjoying getting back into Terraria. I would be devastated if I just quit the playthrough in the middle of all the progress I've been making, and in the middle of all the new fun stuff that I've found. I've really enjoyed it, and a lot of people have as well. I've gotten a few likes already on some of the videos, so I'm not going to be cutting that one out. That one's still going to be there, but I'm not going to be playing it too often, because Terraria also takes up a lot of time. Not that it's grindy per se, but there's a lot of adventure and exploration involved, and a lot of, build up to progressing in certain ways. At least the way I play. Then there's Plants vs. Zombies. Plants vs. Zombies is easily going to be one that I continue. And, well, that's just simply because, the new update just came out for that one as well. And it's been a lot of fun playing it. I've had a great time with it, and we're trying to do hard mode adventure. I think it's fun, and I would just hate to abandon that one too. I've already abandoned the game a few times before completing all the content. I would like to actually complete all the content, especially considering that you can now save your progress. So, that one will stay. It doesn't take up as much of my time as Terraria would. Then there's Lego Batman. This is the one that I'm going to have to cut out, and here is why. You might have noticed that I haven't been playing it for about a month. It's because I had a video where I was showing off something called Free Play. And Free Play is where you get to choose your own character, and you get to replay the levels, but you can find extra stuff that you weren't able to encounter or get past as your current characters. So you can unlock all the mini kits and stuff. Well, unfortunately, I was very tired the night that I was going to upload that video, which I fully had that in mind. And unfortunately, in the middle of my rushing, I deleted the video from my computer entirely before it was even finished uploading, which was a huge mistake on my part. I cannot get that video back. Not from Twitch, not from YouTube, not from my computer, not anything. Too bad. So sad. So, I think that that's a good hint that I should probably stop the series for now and come back to it later. I can always pick back up from where I was at last. It's not like the game's going to be updated again, or it's not like, I was really close to the end of it, Now, here's a crazy one that I'm about to throw out. One that I'm going to play still. Bit Trip Runner. I have not played that for even longer than I've been playing Lego Batman. So why am I going to continue playing that? Well, I'm actually at the very last level, apparently. That video of me on the rooftops where you have to deal with the boss, turns out I was mere seconds away from beating that boss. And while there is more content aside from that final level, I think it would be fair to say that I should try to beat that final level and make a finale video on it. And if I ever decide to return to it in the future, that'd be great. But I'm right there. Like, why not finish it? And so I absolutely am going to. That's the plan. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and beat Bit Trip Runner before I move on to Monster Hunter, so that I have another series that I've finished. Because I am really tired of just abandoning series. And with Monster Hunter, I'm going to have to, because there's just going to be so much of my time taken up. And speaking of time taken up, I have my own projects and I work. You know, I work 5 days a week, usually about 32 to 40 hours. So I have to divide up my time between work. I have to divide it between recording, my personal projects, cleaning at home. I also have TV time where I spend time with my mother. We watch stuff like Walking Dead. I have to consider all of these things in a single week. So I unfortunately don't just have time on my hands, even though it seems I do. Currently I have 2 projects going. You've already seen one of my projects, it's the Left 4 Dead map. I have unfortunately not worked on it much since the last video I've shown. I've worked on the second map, but I've kind of just left it there, and that's because an even more exciting project has come up that I've been very happy about. I don't know if I've talked about this on my channel before, but I used to love a site called Roblox. I loved Roblox. It was something that... playing Roblox was just like Christmas time for me, no matter what day of the year it was. Like, as a child, everything was just magical about the game. It's not really a game. The game's on the platform. It was wonderful. I loved it. Roblox has gone so downhill, it's disgusting. I'm sure everyone has already knows, and if you don't, I implore that you search up what's going on with it. But I just no longer support it. And so for a long time I have not been playing it until recently when I found an alternative to it. This alternative is called Polytoria. Polytoria is fun. It takes things back to the old style of Roblox. You know, you get free currency, you have forums to communicate with people about the game itself, random topics, or you can even just talk about coding. The game tries to It tries to encourage you to code and make your own games. It's just a lot of fun. And that's what I've been doing. I have been making a game. Independently, I have been doing all of... well, everything, really. I've done the level design. I've done the objects. I've done the coding. I've done the art. Everything. This project's exciting because it involves coding, and that's a big deal for me, because I don't code much, but the fact I've been coding and it's been successful is a huge deal for me. Maybe sometime I will show off my project. It's called Tracertoria. I'll get into it some other time. Maybe that'll be a different vlog that I make. But it's a fun project that I would like to continue making. That's taking up a lot of my time, actually, because I'm working on it almost every single day. So, those are the things that I'm working on. To recap, and to put into, like, a TLDR, Monster Hunter this month. Sometime this month, it's going to happen. It's going to be both Freedom and DOS. What's interesting about Freedom is that it's the final first-generation game that we still have yet to play, but we will be moving on from the old-school servers and moving on to Hunsterverse, because the old-school servers, for some reason, do not have servers for Freedom 1, even though I would say it's an old game. I guess it's because it's not the whole analog stick type of Monster Hunter. Freedom 1 was the first Monster Hunter to go portable. You can take it... it was supposed to be for PlayStation Portable. You could take it where you went. And instead of fighting with an analog stick, it was the first game to do the button controls. Now, there's a lot about Freedom 1 that's going to be wonderful to play, and I cannot wait to join people on the Hunsterverse. I've seen some servers from Freedom 1 where I've joined people from the Hunsterverse. They're just as nice as the people from old school. So I am very thankful. Now, as for Monster Hunter DOS, that's a whole different ballpark. That is old school. But it's very different. It's the first, second generation Monster Hunter. That game is probably going to take me a while. It is all about seasonal changes, and it acts as if like you really are making your way through the world one step at a time. Every monster you fight matters. What monster you fight and when matters. You have to do requests for villagers. You have to build up your village before you can take on new locales. It's fun, but it is time consuming. My friend Kitsune said that she will join me on both, especially on Monster Hunter DOS. DOS is probably one of her favorites. But she will join me on Freedom 1 as well. There's enough that's different about Freedom 1 that warrants me to play Freedom 1. And I am very excited. They're going to take up a lot of time, though. This is not becoming a TLDR. This is a very long explanation. But it's important. We will still play Terraria, just less. We will still play Plants vs. Zombies DLC mod. I will no longer be playing Lego Batman for a while, but we will return to it. And at some point, I will finish Bit Trip Runner, and hopefully we will beat it. And on top of that, I have projects I'm working on, so maybe I'll make vlogs for those. Stay tuned. I hope that everybody has a good rest of your day, and thank you for joining me.